Hi guys, welcome to your last poem for the week, the Cinquain poem. I'm going to apologize up front for the inconsistency of my lighting. I do have two selfie rings that provide light, but then my overhead light was burning out and it was fizzing and I could hear it and I was thinking I can't have a buzzing light above me. That's pretty dangerous. But then my husband suggested that I actually just replace the light bulb, and guess what? It worked. It fixed the buzzing and the fizzing and stuff. And I feel a little dumb about it because I didn't think of that. I just thought my light was going. Anyway, today we are writing the Cinquain poem. Sin is a prefix that also means 5. So you can probably guess that this poem is going to be 5 lines long. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to complete it. I'm going to go ahead and read the instructions here. It is a formula poem that can follow different patterns based on syllables, number of words, or parts of speech. Our Cinquain poem will depend on parts of speech and the number of words in each line. The pattern for our Cinquain will be, and I apologize for the blurriness of the camera. For some reason I can't get it to focus, but I know you can still read a little bit on here, and I'm going to read it out loud to you anyway. So line 1 is going to be 1 noun. Line 2 will be 2 adjectives that describe the noun. Line 3 will be 3 verbs describing the actions of the noun. Line 4 will be 4 words that tell how the noun makes you feel. And line 5 will be synonym for the noun on line 1. So I'm going to give you some advice here. Firstly, we all know that a noun is a person, place, or thing, right? Well, I would come up with your noun and its synonym at the same time. That way you know that you have a good topic for your poem. If I pick dog for my noun here, for my synonym I could put canine. If I have moon here, I could get really creative and put lunar planet. It's not technically a planet, but we can call it a lunar planet and it would make sense, right? Because if you say, oh, the lunar planet, everybody's going to think it's the moon. So that's what I would do first if I were you. I would go ahead and do line 1 and line 5 at the same time. That way you know you have a good synonym to go with your first noun. And then 2 adjectives that describe the noun. Now remember, with poetry, we're trying to invoke emotion. This is not something very scientific. It's actually all about words and feelings. So if you are writing about the moon, you would write about something very kind of poetic, like melancholy or silver, instead of just saying it's a rock. If you were writing about a dog, maybe you would be writing about your dog, and you would say fluffy, loving. Then we move on to 3 verbs describing the actions of the noun. Now, if you were writing about the moon, you could say something like glowing, and then a dog. What do dogs do? Barking, running, drooling, cuddling. And then 4 words that tell how the noun makes you feel. This is where we really get into the emotion of it, okay? So you want to pick something you're emotionally attached to as your noun. If it's your dog, how does it make you feel? Loved, teary-eyed, affectionate. If it's the moon, can you look at the moon and think of poetry? Lots of people do. Happens all the time. Romantic, lonely, or awed. That's A-W-E-D, by the way. It means you're in awe of the moon. And the synonym. I'm going to go ahead and read off this example poem before we write one together, okay? It says, raindrop, tiny, clear, falling, splashing, soaking, cool on my face, droplet. This is our Cinquain planning sheet. So for line 1, the noun, what am I going to pick? I'm not going to go with moon. I'm actually going to go with sun. And then because I did give you the advice to do your noun and its synonym at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and write the synonym here. I'm going to put bright star. So I've got sun and bright star. This just makes it easier for me. You don't have to do the synonym if you don't want to at the same time as you pick your noun, but it makes it easier for me to do those 2 at the same time. So 2 adjectives that describe a noun. Now an adjective is a word that describes the noun. So I could say the girl, the pretty girl. Pretty is the adjective that describes the noun. So if I'm looking for a word that describes the sun, what would I say? I could say yellow, hot. Okay, yellow, hot. Sun, yellow, hot. Then I need 3 verbs describing the actions of the noun. What is the sun doing right now? It is burning, it is flaming, shining. And then 4 words that tell how the noun makes you feel. You have 2 options here, okay? You can say something like, I could say, warm on my skin. That would be an excellent 4 words to describe how it makes me feel. Or I could say something like joyful, warm, illuminated, and toasty, right? But I'm actually going to say warm on my skin. So it's completely up to you. If you would like to have a prepositional phrase in there, like on my skin, that's fine, or you could just do 4 words that describe how it makes you feel. Sun, yellow, hot, burning, flaming, shining, warm on my skin, bright star. That's it. One of the simplest poems you're going to write. And that is how you write a Cinquain poem. If you have any questions about it, you can contact me. Don't be afraid to ask. If you are one of my students who is completing this online, you'll need to submit your poem, your final draft, on MobyMax. I have created an assignment for you there. If you are one of my friends who is completing your assignments on paper, just make sure that you copy your rough draft over to the final draft copy I've provided you with, and go ahead and turn it in on Wednesday with the rest of your work. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.